And we are live. Extended porch sessions with.
What's cracking? RubbaTung the Monsta right here. Glad we finally got to do this.
Yes, sir. I'm rolling with it.
Down.
What you got over here?
Making some ladies' undergarments right here, you know? Rocking that KROOKED family shit. Got that RubbaTung going out there, flapping in the air. Hopefully you have it shaking on a bunch of girls' booties fucking in no time at all, you know?
Yeah. And who are you? Who is Alex RubbaTung?
I'm RubbaTung the Monsta, you know. I've been doing this rap shit for quite some time now. I'd say like going on 10 years. I stopped jumping off for music. I took like a 2-year break because I was working 10-hour days doing tree work and fucking I just didn't really have time to write and make music. But then I had an opportunity to get up with these with Pissed Off Records and you know, Pisto Cruz,
yep.
Tim, Scavenger, and Avenue, and go over there and start recording some more music, you know, and I jumped it off with KROOKED Fam, got together, and we started, got more opportunities to start recording more, you know, and so I did that song, Return to the Town, to kind of get back into the game. There was a few people that had forgotten about me, you know, and kind of forgotten what my name was. My buzz, I guess, fell off since I was working so much. I didn't have time to go do shows anymore, you know, and they started, a few people, which will remain nameless, you know, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but they kind of started, not talking shit, but just kind of being like derogatory towards the fact that I hadn't been doing as many shows and how they wanted me to be out there. I think it was more like they were trying to give me incentive, like saying, you know, like, where's RubbaTung at, you know, if he's so dope. Where's this motherfucker at? Because we haven't seen him around in fucking quite some time. And that kind of ate at me, and since that, I took that as kind of like a personal shot, and as that happened, that's whenever I started making it known that I had to come back into the scene, and then I've just been hitting it hard ever since then, since I jumped it off of KROOKED Fam, you know, got into KROOKED Fam. Crooked Let F all day, by the way.
Monkey Wrench.
Heck Dog, Logic the Saint, Mania, shout out to all those motherfuckers. The LP, they got me up off of the couch per se, you know what I mean? Like if you're a fighter, you're a boxer, and you know, you're not getting the fucking competition or you're not getting what you wanted out of the sport.
Exactly.
You know, you take the time off. KROOKED Fam I treat as like my new trainers, you know what I mean? It's they're giving me something
to
get me back into the ring, you know, and start swinging for the fences again on these motherfuckers, because obviously they thought I fell off, and if that's the case, you know, I'm going to prove that fact with a fucking vengeance, you know what I mean? I ain't going to let anybody fucking depict what it is I am or am not going to do with this music thing, you know? I'm not in it for the fucking money. I'm not like in it for the money at all, you know? I have no problem doing shows for under $100 fucking bucks. I got no problem with that whatsoever, because that's not what it's about. You know, I've been making some drastic life changes. You know, you're supposed to remain anonymous in fucking press radio. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is I'm doing, but it's changed my whole outlook on how I'm doing things, you know. People that know me around town, I fucking was a nightmare to fucking Santa Cruz streets for fucking quite some time, you know. I was not the greatest, nicest person, you know. I had a lot of people that didn't care for me much, and for fucking good reason, you know. I didn't give them much of a reason to like me, to care for me, you know, and just changing my output on that sense is kind of turned me into, I'm kind of making this metamorphosis on not just being this in your face fucking, you know, bang bang shoot 'em up fucking kind of guy, you know, and that's it's kind of hard to take out what your upbringing instilled in you, you know, and just kind of make a change for the better, you know. What we as artists don't understand is what we're saying and what we're doing and what we're portraying ourselves as is viewed by everybody in the music community. And whether we're think that we're small potatoes or whatever it is, you're on a stage, somebody's going to come listening to you. You know, eventually there's going to be somebody inside of that fucking show that's going to listen to you and hear what you have to say. And if what you're saying is not progressive, it doesn't even have to be positive, as long as it's progressive.
Yep.
You know, as
No,
to
that's perfect.
say what you're gonna fucking say. You know, like if the message you want to get out is not positive, you know, if you, for instance, Logic the Saint, you know, he talks about everything that's fucked up and what's going fucked up around, but he's making people aware. And with what you're saying, if what you're saying isn't getting anything out of it, you know what I mean, other than just doing a show to get girls to bounce their fucking booties and fucking get cash out of the show, don't get me wrong, I got a few songs that do that, but that's not what the overall message is about. Like, my overall message is coming from lesser, you know, kind of the standard issue fucking message that most rappers have, you know, coming from the bottom, now you're fucking here, which to me is kind of a joke. I don't believe in that man whenever he's got a swimming pool in his backyard fucking in Canada whenever he's growing up. But at the same time, not to like personally take shots at anybody, you know, I don't know him as a person, so I can't really fucking say anything about that. But it's like, I grew up in fucking really, in our area, Santa Cruz Paradise, but I grew up in the worst parts that you could possibly be in, you know. I grew up in the Via San Carlos, it's an apartment complex over here on the east side of Santa Cruz, and, you know, it was Section 8, low income. Nobody had much, you know. There's no free lunches around here, and it's, I guess I should say, if, you know, I ever had any type of delusions of grandeur, my surroundings were there to kill the mood, you know. There was never like a time that I could be like, oh yeah, you know, everything's just going fucking sweet. You know, you keep a positive outlook and you fucking take with what you got, and you keep a smile on your face and keep everybody wondering what it is that you're fucking doing that makes you so happy when where you're coming from isn't a fucking happy place, you know?
Yep.
And so that's what I'm trying to portray in my music, is just, you know, take what you have that's negative and portray it to somebody else so they can see that negative side and, you know, kind of learn from your mistakes, you know, because I've been in trouble with the law, and like I said, I was not the likable fucking person. A lot of people were against me, which is funny because the dudes I'm in KROOKED FAM with, LP and Manuel, we grew up on different sides of town, you know, that supposedly had, or I mean not supposedly, but had beef with each other, you know, and I caught a lot of flack for making that choice to join KROOKED FAM, you know, or for allowing them. I mean, it's a gift that they gave me to get in there, but I took flack from other sides of this area, like, oh, you know, you're falling out, you know, you're falling off. That's kind of basically saying that, you know, you're riding with the opponent, and I got a lot of flack for that, and I had to take that shit to the chin, you know, and just take it to the jaw and sit it out. And I liked what we were doing so much. Everybody's talking about, I'll put it this way, everybody's talking about building unity, bringing peace to the streets, and just, you know, combining efforts or what have you, you know, to have something going on musically that's more than what petty little shit that people have with each other on the streets is. And now you got KROOKED FAM, we're not talking about that shit. We're fucking doing it. We're leading by fucking example, you know. Everybody's talking about this shit, but we're not seeing a lot of action. You know, we just, instead of talking about it in the most humble fucking way possible, we're just doing it, you know what I mean? It's just out there. You see that whenever we're all on stage, combined effort, you know, everybody's on stage together. You got dudes that grew up on the east side, grew up on the west side, grew up in Watsonville, you know, all together on one stage. That's the shit that...
The whole Central Coast.
That's the whole Central Coast right there in an eggshell. So you can get every different style. You know, people are holding each other back by not doing that, by not combining efforts. Because I've heard some people's music that there's dudes in Watsonville that I listen to, and I'm just like, damn, their shit is dope. If I got my style or somebody else's style from my side of town around Santa Cruz on that shit, you know, and mix that up, that shit would sound dope, you know, because you got people that grew up with those influences. So for instance, we just did this song with DVD, Death Before Dishonor. Big shout out to Death Before Dishonor, you know, Joe, Maddie, and Crystal. They're fucking smashing it too, like some of my favorite artists, but fresh out of Watsonville, and you can really feel the Watsonville vibe in with what they're saying, you know, like it's the same kind of aspect, the same kind of shit, like, you know, the poverty, not growing up with much, closed mouths don't get fed type shit, you know, you have to go work out and, you know, not even work for what you're eating, you gotta take what you're eating half of the time, you know what I mean? Sometimes in some areas it's so bad, it's not like you're not gonna get a job, you know, whenever you're fresh out of being locked up, or, you know, you're out on parole, you're out on fucking, for instance, I'm out on bail right now, you know, it's hard to get work or get somebody to even look at you without fucking, it takes somebody with a sense of humor, you know, to even fucking hire you, you know, they're just like, how are you gonna fucking do this? I mean, the guy's got fucking tattoos on his head, you know, the only reason that I don't have my horn showing right now is I'm going to trial next month. And I'm out on bail right now, and judges don't like head tattoos, you know, they don't like, I'm just glad I didn't get face shots or neck shots, you know, like, that was a conscious decision that I made, like, probably one of the best decisions I made in my life is not to get tattoos here or on the neck or face, you know, because it really does, whether you believe it or not, it just destroys your chances of fitting in a society, not becoming a productive member of society, but having the opportunity to even starting that. And so, I mean, I'm kind of rambling on. I'm bouncing.
No,
back
you
and
actually
forth.
answered a lot of questions, which is why you do this, what are you in it for, and to a certain extent, what kind of advice would you have? You kind of wrapped all that up in the
kind
what
of
you
just
said.
bounce back and forth.
Yeah,
through
no,
that shit. Yeah, I fucking take medication, man. I'm fucking scatterbrained like a motherfucker. But you know, it's like, you know, what I want to do with this music is just kind of show that there's a direction that you can go. Don't get me wrong, if you're gonna go gangster with your shit, go gangster with your shit, but do it wholeheartedly. You know, a lot of why I decided to, you know, slow down back then, now I'm going full fucking steam forward, crooked letter F all day, every day, fucking in their face, printing panties just so fucking chicks would be rocking fucking Crooked Fam panties. But part of why I slowed down is my wholeheartedness of how I was doing it, and just get down with the get down. I am RubbaTung the Monster. You ain't fucking with me. You say something about that, you're getting checked in your chin. That's the type of person I am. I'm trying to change from that person, better myself as a person. And so at that point in time, why I slowed down with the music thing is because that seemed to be all I was rapping about, because that's all I was fucking doing. So obviously that's all I'm gonna rap about. If I'm gonna rap, I'm gonna rap about what I'm fucking really going through at the time, what fucking my aspect is. And I wasn't wholeheartedly doing that because part of me felt bad for these kids, you know, or the type of role model that I was being, and the message that I was sending out was a poor message. And I can be the first to admit that it's not what it is. That's not the lifestyle that kids should or want to look up to, you know. It's not a way to live. It's just an existence. Being locked up or being, you know, known around the community by police is not a life that you're going to want to have. It's just, like I said, it's just an existence. It's not really a life, because you're going to be struggling every day just with the system. Once the system gets their fucking hooks in you, that's pretty much it, man. You know, you're labeled after that, you know, and so that's why I'm trying to do a lot more positive things and try to send a much more positive message. Like, we're doing more all ages shows so kids can come and see, and then I'm strategically picking the songs that I'm going to play for those kids.
Right.
You know, songs like Pray For Me or My Life in Words, you know, songs that have come up out of that fucking whole message, you know. It's just like, you know, a more believe in yourself than drag yourself down and succumb to your surroundings message. You know, and I mean, basically, you're right. I kind of just wrapped everything up instead of
that's cool, because
answering
we got 10
them one
seconds.
by one.
We got 10 seconds left.
All right, 10 seconds. Well, then let's just watch this one more fucking pink rag fucking get printed. As I'm saying, these panties are gonna go for $10 a pop, ladies. I got bandanas for $8. If you buy the Whiskey Business mixtape, I'll give you the Whiskey Business mixtape and a bandana. Fuck it, $10.